Hey people, N2 here. So I finally managed to do all levels and eat the dungeon, and well, I wanted to sum up what I think about every adventurer. So I'm going to do a tier list. I will also show you every possible wait stage for every character, since this is something I would like to see but could not find on YouTube. Anyway, I urge you to try out the game yourself. It is fun and needs some thinking to figure out how to beat each level. It seems like the game is getting lots of updates. And I will make more videos for new levels or characters, or maybe even just trying to S rank every level. So let's get into it. I will do all of them in alphabetical order. Well, that means the alchemist is first up. She is extremely cute with her blue hair, and as you can see in the first wait stages, she can pack away lots of food. I love how her belly continually pushes down her belt. The later stages focus on her main feature down below that belt, going up to some truly thick levels. She does not have much of a story though. We never got an answer to why she was in meat hell or what she did to deserve going there. Maybe for a future update. In combat, she has an infinite ranged energy attack along with her power boost, so I would say extremely useful and can be applied to many compositions. She is very fast too, so with a heal potion or boost potion, she can spam to reduce other long cooldown adventurers and snipe backline energy mobs. Her later wait stages are really funny. Just sitting there being massive and terrified, I like to think that she just saw a simple doorway, and she knows that there can only be one winner left standing between them. Based on everything I tier from me, if she gets some story and character building, probably S. Next up we have the barbarian. Also coming from meat hell on the map, she really has an impressive transformation, as she gains weight not just in how she looks but how angry and savage she gets. As her belly rips her clothes, she starts to unleash her fury. I get the impression that she is a powerful warrior that just wanted to retire and run a tavern. But that somehow never works out, and she has to enter rage mode to solve problems. And she does solve a lot of problems if you power her up. She is perfect for destroying massive amounts of attack mobs that are usually arranged as a front line. I do like how her braid also rips apart along with her clothes when she enters her final wait stages. At this point, she seems to be transforming into a savage beast that does not care how she looks nor how fat her belly is becoming, starting to even drag on the floor, but not really slowing her down at all. I do really like the transformation here, but again, not much to work with on the story front, so I will go with B for barbarian. Next up is the bard. This is the first adventurer that joined the gang on the map. She mostly says reasonable things to the rest of the less sane party. Her dress gets pulled up really fast as she takes on massive amounts of food instead of her team with her support magic. The massive belly she gets slowly tilts her forward, and she struggles to keep balanced in the later stages of her wait. She has a classic hero-like upbeat personality, and as mentioned, she always wants to be the voice of reason in this strange food monster-infested world. In combat, she is the only heal character that also has a boost, making her the absolute strongest support in my opinion. And I struggle to even find a replacement for her in most levels, since you always want a way to heal damage mobs inflict, and want to boost at least someone in your team if not all of them. She is also very fast with her casts, just making her near impossible to replace. In her final wait stages, she reaches truly massive levels, looking like she pretty much needs to lay on her massive gut for support. I have used her so much that anything but S rank would be pretty much lying, so this is our first top tier adventurer. Next we have the dancer, and I need to be honest here, I did not use her at all yet. I will say that she is very pretty with her pure white hair and golden dragon horns gleefully displaying her growing belly and really fat tail. But it comes down to her role in combat, that being an extremely fast booster. She has no other utility, and her speed is approaching inhuman levels, as in you would struggle to even fully utilize that speed with a mouse. Truly you need to be an ASU player, but that may be required to S rank some levels in the game, so if I get around to that she will probably see a lot more use. The poses she makes with her bloated gut are truly stunning. Looking at them now, I really do want to try her out more at some point. But to be fair, I do need to put her in D rank for dragon and dancer. Next up we have the druid, and first I need to say I love the Miko dress she has there. It is truly wonderful to see her belly expand in it. So in combat she has a massive cross attack that has limited range, so it can usually hit 3 or maybe 4 things at once. This attack does both holy damage and energy damage, so it can handle many things. But she does need lots of support, as she will fill up very fast due to there being many monsters will have both holy and energy. We can also see that struggle on her face, as she gets up in the weight levels looking confident, but stressed by the sheer amount in her stomach. Only in the last stages of their weight do we get to see how truly full she is, as the dress gets pulled up, showing us just how much of an ordeal is going on in there. A full team can be assembled around her to boost her and give her the proper handling she deserves, but you could say the same for most of them. It is truly tragic that she is unlocked right after the point where you need her the most, in front of the Hell Gate. But if I go back to S rank, that thing I know exactly who to bring. Truly wonderful and useful, but I will put her just short of S tier. Oh god, it's her? Yeah, if you did not notice from the engineer's lines, she is truly a nerd engineer type. In the bestiary entries, she even talks about wargaming and MOBA, truly a gamer god. To start with, her steampunk outfit is really nice, and as you will see her for each weight stage, she gets a new mechanical contraption to support her weight, as she continues to break each of them, and starts making a new one. It is really fun to see her fat struggle and break the brass steampunk exoskeleton she makes. In combat, she is a powerful buffer and protector that can target up to 3 allies at once. But in exchange for that extreme power, she has a massive cooldown. With no support, she can pretty much only cast it once or twice per combat. But with a proper team that is positioned perfectly, she is the core of a chain reaction build that is able to ignore all cooldowns and equally split the burden of food to the whole team. In her final stages, it is really cool to see her getting too fat to even be carried by her massive exoskeleton steampunk robot thing. I do like her, but she is restrictive due to the cooldown and very prone to just being stuck with an overstuffed gut for a whole stage, while I do think that is based. I will need to put her down on B. Illusionist, 5 out of 5, very meaty. Okay, next. Just kidding. Okay, so I love the attitude of this fat lamia. The sheer uncaring, all-consuming gluttony she displays is truly amazing. Unlike the others, she starts off already fat from stage 0, and just goes beyond anyone else in raw mass after that. It truly seems like she is less and less interested in anything else as her weight increases, as she drops her sword to pick up meat mid-fight. In combat, she is a strange case, as her attack hits everything and then has a very long cooldown. Originally, this attack did both sneak and energy, but it was nerfed to only do sneak, and then changed to only do energy. So I would say that she was too powerful with both and too weak with just sneak. It does seem just right with energy. She is completely useless without proper assistance, and even with sometimes all she needs to do is attack once to consume a whole section of a level and not even handle the food, but let her team do the rest without her. This is also very thematic since she looks like she would fill out a whole room with her massive gut and fat tail, unable to move at all, just eating. I would say just above B. She does remind me of another cool fat lamia made by Kaiga 1123. Look it up if you are interested. It is in Japanese and it is vor, so yeah. Okay, next up. Whoa, wait, no, that's a guy. He is covered in fur, and you can't see anything down below. Sheesh. Well, originally I did not use him, mostly since the website could flag the video as inappropriate. Yeah, anyway, it's a furry berserk transformation type of character, similar to the barbarian from before. He gets very round and soft, blasting out from his armor at the early stages. In combat, he does attack and holy damage at a short single target range with a good cooldown. Overall, a pretty good combination, like a slower thief that we will see later. Anyway, D tier from me. Wait, don't get angry at me. I swore not all furries, I do like them, but as a sometimes thing, you know. Okay, moving on. We have the knight. First, I need to mention this. Her lance has a fork on it. Instant S tier, truly amazing. I love seeing her armor buckle and break as she gains more and more, becoming exponentially more smug and zealous. I really like her stages of weight, but her combat abilities may just be even better. So she has a very unique attack that targets an additional thing in front of the first, like a lance stabbing multiple monsters. This attack deals holy damage, but can also protect and speed up allies. The cooldown she has is very good for this multi-target ability, even competing with single target supporters. Her one downside over the bard is that she cannot heal, but only defend from future damage. She is an integral part of any chain reaction cooldown team, along with the engineer, but also has utility in every single team, no matter the composition. Her final stages show just how dedicated of a zealot she truly is. I imagine her saying something like, "Immobility is no excuse, the crusade never ends." Well, even immobile, that fork has at least 3 meters of reach with her lance, so I would see food monsters tremble in fear as they try to approach. As I said, S tier, impossible to replace in some cases, amazing in most. Oh god, again, guy alert, please don't ban me. It's just a fat guy, he does not need a covering top. Same as before, I was afraid to use him mostly because of that, but he is truly a somewhat more powerful version of the alchemist, as he has the multi-boost ability from the engineer, and an energy attack along with it, along with a very good cooldown. As you can see, he starts out very toned, but gets that fixed real fast, rounding out rapidly. I do like his cute happy face that gets very shy when he gets pinned to the floor by his massive belly. The Hatsune Miku hair goes hard too. I would say B tier, very powerful and very cute. Oh, next we have our little kobold merchant guy. Okay, I think his species has a very slow snake-like metabolism, so all we see is his rear and arms get just a bit fatter, and all of the food just stays in his belly getting digested for days. That's why he seems to only get a bigger belly pretty much. That's how I look at it in my head at least. Anyway, in combat, he is a hyper healer support, so instead of boosting and healing like the bard, he heals and defends at the same time. So if you know exactly what you are going to face, and don't need extra damage from attack boosting, this is your guy, since he will top up any damage someone took, and make sure that the next hit will not damage them. But I think this is weaker than simply overpowering everything with attack boosts, so kinda depends on gameplay style. Anyway, I think my theory holds true looking at that massive stomach. If you ever saw a bloated snake that ate too much, I think it's a slow metabolism that is leaving him absolutely stuffed for long periods of time in a food coma. Must be nice. Anyway, C tier I think, but that's just me. Next we have the monk. So this drunk girl sure is something. Her clothes do look like monk gear that has been worn and torn from who knows what. Well, we do kinda know she just became a drunk, a master of the drunken palm, you might even say. So yeah, she has booze powers and talks like she is constantly 5 bottles down. I really like her expanding beer gut, it looks wonderfully bloated as she gets up in the weight stages. So in combat she is fast as it gets. Inhumanly so, she truly puts the flurry in her blows as a true monk should. She has a combined sneak and holy attack that is close range only, so she does struggle with a thick front line that's not her element. Well, like the inquisitor, I would say she is there to fill out those 2 damage types if you are lacking in your team. Her final weight stages are really something else. She pretty much just lays on the floor, and her massive beer gut eclipses everything. I like to think that she pretty much just finishes her fights extremely fast and just falls in a drunk blissful nap waiting for her party to catch up to her. I think she is MB tier. Yeah. Necromancer, my beloved thick goth girl. Yeah, it's S tier, I mean just from her attitude. I really like the whole "oh please don't make me get fat" and "oh no how terrible, these monsters need to be eaten." I really love how she snaps all of her goth belts one by one, and gets a bigger and bigger smile to replace her tsundere frown. Before it gets obliterated, I really do enjoy her black outfit, it is very cute but not long for this world. Yeah, combat. She is awesome in that too. Like the Lamia illusionist, she has a massive hit everything attack, but that has the attack element, so she is very good like the barbarian and better. But she does get the long cooldown treatment like the Lamia, so a bit of a drawback. I am only sad that I unlocked her at the very end of the game, and on YouTube I only got to use her in the single final episode. Well, you can see just how powerful she is, taking down whole armies with a single attack. So yeah, as her massive gut expands and the final goth belts break, she looks delighted and amazed at her own fat. Again, I very much approve of thick goth necromancer, so I am obliged to put her in S tier, and I want 0 complaints about this one. You will enjoy the fat goth and you will like and subscribe right now. That is in order. Oh, the priestess is next up. This is the party's quiet and pleasant holy healer. She always has her eyes closed and a smile on her face. She mostly talks in 3 dots, but you can feel the kindness emanate from her. So yeah, that holy outfit is outgrown real fast as her mass expands far beyond it, showing off her amazing roundness. Without a blink of an eye, she holds herself easily even with the extreme weight piled on her feet. In combat, she has the role of a healer, just like the bard, but also the utility of single target holy damage. This is very useful for sniping some monsters, so you don't need to consume their other higher stats. Her speed is the same as the bard, so not much to say there. Anyway, as we can see, she really gets massive, but still standing proudly upright with a smile. I do like many of her aspects, but I must say that in the late game, I used her less and less since the bard and knight provide what she brings and more. But as a package overall, I give her the B rank, respectable, but just outclassed in the late game. Next is the psychic, and damn, she sure is something. So yeah, this sleepyhead has a truly incredible figure. One that can surpass all other top-heavy adventurers, with maybe one challenger that we will see at the end. I do really like her messy hairstyle with it covering her eyes. It's an overall ultra-soft package with her oversized kimono robes that don't seem so oversized anymore. Well, yeah, I got distracted. Yay combat and all that. She has the strongest holy attack that can hit up to 5 monsters anywhere at the cost of it being extremely slow, among the lines of other global damage casters, like the illusionist and necromancer. Passing the Hell Gate without her would pretty much be impossible, so she has a massive role to play in unlocking a bunch of characters, I think. Anyway, as you can see, her final wait stages, she just falls asleep. This is not due to her being in a food coma. Well, mostly. She is just a sleepyhead. Her metabolism must be insane, and so are her genetics. I don't think her waist grew 1 single inch, but you can clearly see where all of the weight went. So I would say IE tier. Her fluffy hair did win me over. I really want to floof it around. I mean, she uses it as a bed, it must be comfy. Next up is the Raider. She did not get her final wait stages yet, so we only get to see 2/3 for her, unfortunately. She's going with that Japanese schoolgirl delinquent biker gang type of look. I do really like how as her clothes get tighter you are able to see her Yakuza tattoos all over her. This is the first time I saw an idea like this, and believe me, I have seen lots of things. So yeah, her role in combat is a mass sneak attacks, meaning she hits an entire line with sneak at amazing speed, rivaling anything else that is even able to do sneak damage. I do like that smugness she shows us in the mid stages of her wait while showing off those cool tattoos. So yeah, I would say I want to see her later stages. But for now, as is, I would put her in C rank, but I do admit that if she had all stages it would be a B rank. Next we have the Ranger. This, well, not so little kitsune has that reverse psychic body type that you will see here. Even in her early wait stages, doorways tremble before her and the ground starts to shake with her every step, and by the end stages she rivals the alchemist, which says a lot. Anyway, in combat she is our backline sniper. She is fast, and she hits anything and kills anything that needs to be shot by attack damage. You will find many instances to use her precise fast attacks to thin down and set up the battle for other area casters. I did notice that as her weight grows, so does the amount of her fluffy fox tails. They look very fluffy, and I do want to touch them. In the story, she has this spoiled princess attitude, and it does go well with her being a ranger that is not really trying to hide wearing bright red and orange clothes. Then again, you can see those tails from a few miles away. Well, in the last wait stages, you may only see them from behind, as her legs eclipse everything, being 5 tree trunks wide each. I think for her role I should give her B, but I will go a bit above. I do like fluffy things, but I like thick things more. If you did not notice so far, I am extremely biased, and if you disagree, put that down in the comments. Next is our cowardly spellblade. So as the early stages show, she is a cowardly little girl wielding massive power. I think she really got traumatized by that spaghetti ghost. It is kind of funny how much she freaks out. But let's not judge her by that. She really likes ribbons. I mean, she has like 10 ribbons all over her, and she really likes, top heavy people. Yeah. So in combat she has a combined energy and attack. Attack with extreme speed, meaning she can handle vast arrays of monsters. But she does get filled up really fast if those monsters happen to have both elements on them, so she gets dragged down by being overstuffed, and cannot really use her amazing speed anymore. Even if she has the same incredible inhuman speed like the monk from before, she never uses it too much, as many enemies fill her up and slow her down. In the later stages, as you can see, she builds her confidence and unlocks her true power, blasting anything in her way. She does get massive in every possible way, able to compete with maybe the ranger from just now by her last wait stages. I think she needs to be in B rank for base. Next up, Thief. She is very iconic. I think she has become the face of the game, and you can see why. With her wild hair and cute outfit that can barely contain her, as she gains a massive gut and 3 trunks. Her smirk does get lost as she realizes just how fat she is becoming, with her face being very concerned first and reluctant by the end of it. Her role in combat is a sneak combined with attack short range. She is there to finish off anything that the area casters leave behind. She does avoid the spellblade issue of hitting 2 elements and getting overstuffed, since the sneak and attack are never found in large amounts together. So pretty much exactly like the monk, she will remain fast and agile for the whole combat, if you manage to avoid the few exceptions that make her blow up. All of her later stages show her behind as it reaches incredible sizes. It is strange that we have 3 of them in a row now being bottom heavy. Oh well, you won't see me complain. So yeah, besides being just overall iconic for the game, the author uses her as the profile picture, so he is also a fan. For her utility and speed, I need to place her in I tier. You will find good uses for her. Up is the trickster. First off, the white suit goes hard on our golden dragon here. It's kind of a miracle that it manages to survive the whole transformation. Yeah, we have another transformation type here. She goes from demi-dragon to pretty much full-on dragon. Again, a bit of a shame, she is unlocked at the very end of the game in the Holy City, so I did not use her too much. She joins the party in order to scam and steal from an evil cult that took over the Holy City, so she is a swindler, but sometimes she swindles evil people too. For combat, she is a booster that can do sneak damage too with a very good speed, so she is a less versatile but faster version of the alchemist. You will find a good use for her kit, but just remember that she cannot snipe any backline due to being melee range. So as you see here, with the mid stages, her horns start to grow, and she gets another set along with getting exponentially more smug. After popping those buttons and stretching that suit to its limit, I would be too. Yeah, and her ending stages are her going full on dragon, chaining the shape of her face, and getting scales on her now massive gut. And boy is it big. Starting to drag on the floor, it really does need the extra protection. I mean, it would get road burn without those scales. I will put her in B tier as she is very cool and sometimes useful. So next one is the warrior. So her starting stages are really cool, with her just getting a bigger and bigger belly hanging out there, along with her armor getting strained to its limit. As she gains weight, she goes full on strong fat. Well, I must say that I am not the biggest fan, but I know there are a lot of strong fat enjoyers out there. So in combat, her role is a protector and attacker with okay speed, but as I mentioned before, protection is only a prevention and I really prefer healing. Since she is one of the original members of the party, she gets you past many challenges in the early game, and that is her role. In the late game, you will use other stronger sources of attack and protection or healing. So yeah, at this point, you can see she goes full on Gorlock the Destroyer mode. She looks massive and strong, not needing a sword anymore and fighting like a giant or troll. The last stages are really something unique. As her arms grow thicker than most people, she looks like she could lift a house and eat a horse too. I got to say, I am putting her in D tier. There are instances of strong fat that I enjoy, but this ain't it, and I did not find too much use for her in the game, even if she is one of the original 4. And last and definitely not least, we have another fan favorite, the Mighty Witch. Her outfit is really nice. She gives of the vibe of a forest witch that lives in a giant tree, and I do like the hand wrappings she has. Not sure what they are for, but they do look cool. So as you can see, as she gains weight, she gains it in every way possible pretty much, with her top comparable to the psychic. At the mid tiers, genuine panic hits her face as her belly explodes out of her clothes, along with everything else being stretched to its limit. Real nice. So in combat, her role is of an energy area caster with a long cooldown. Being the first one you find, she is the MVP of the early game, carrying your team with her massive cross attack that can hit anywhere. Just like all other slow area casters, she needs heavy support in order to function, as she will be overstuffed instantly from a single attack. So as we start to see her ending stages here, she sits on the floor grabbing onto herself for support, as she becomes truly massive, becoming only more concerned. I do really like everything about her, but she is somewhat limited by her combat skill set, as she can be outclassed by other area casters, very much including the illusionist, but also the druid and magus, as they are nearly 2 times faster. All in all, I must put her just below S tier. Okay, the dancer is just too cute and fun. I can't leave her down there. I am making an executive decision and moving her up a rank, Everything I said remains true, but it's my one free tier movement I get okay. And we are done. Tell me what you think down below, and also tell me if you would like to see more of this game. As I mentioned, S-ranking everything could be a whole series I try out, but I am just not sure what you guys want to see. Series up until now was me stumbling and struggling around unlocking most things, notably missing 2 of the extraction boosts that would have helped. A lot. Yeah, I am dumb. In my defense, I have played this game years ago when it came out and was just a few stages and 5 characters. So I did not expect some of those new features when I came back. So yeah, I got to say, thanks for watching the series and this video. It's been an adventure truly.